Something absolutely huge is happening, and Europe may be about to hit a major turning point. This lady right here, Eva Vlaardingerbroek, has just posted something called the Save Europe Act. But there is another major detail that nobody seems to be speaking about: Pact on Migration and Asylum, which we'll get into a little later. First, take a look at this.
Europeans, it's 2 minutes to midnight. Right now, as you're watching this video, thousands of immigrants are pouring into our borders.
We are that close to becoming irreversibly and permanently a minority in our own nations.
And I don't have to tell you what that's like. You know it. I know it. We all know it.
We have been talking about it for ages, but now it is the time to take action.
So today we are presenting the first ever patriotic European citizens initiative, the Save Europe Act.
It's an official tool by the European Union, never been used by patriots before. It's a tool for every citizen to get involved into policy making and put their interests in the agenda of the European Commission. And today we're going to do exactly that.
With the Save Europe Act, we are demanding of the European Commission to take a stance on what matters most, acknowledging the ethno-cultural continuity of the peoples of Europe as crucial for its perseverance. We are demanding of the European Commission to install a total and full halt on non-Western immigration, both legal and illegal. From now on, no one comes in and millions go out.
We are demanding from the European Union to end all pull factors, benefits, and create a harmonized system for voluntary return to remigrate every single migrant who is a threat or a burden to our society.
But to do that, we need your help.
If we reach the 1 million signatures, we are forcing the European Commission not only to meet with us, but to talk about remigration in the European Parliament. Now, we're not naive. We know that the European Union doesn't care about the future of the peoples of Europe, but we are not asking for permission. We just act and create a political crisis for the European elites.
We will let the right-wing parties do the fighting from the inside, and what we are trying to do is unite and move the force of millions of European patriots towards the institutions and put pressure on them from the outside. By hitting the 1 million signature threshold, we will legitimize our movement and we will force them to take a stance. They want you silenced, we want you to be heard.
The first step in our plan is the kick-off phase. We are looking for 100,000 early signers, ambassadors, and an avant-garde for the whole campaign to get the other 900,000 patriots to sign and to legitimize our demand for remigration.
Don't sit back and watch Europe get destroyed. Demand your country back, for yourself and more importantly, for your children. Join the most important political campaign of 2026. Sign the Save Europe Act and join our movement.
So first of all, what is the Save the Europe Act? I mean, you just heard it for yourself. But ultimately, this is a campaign that wants to gather 1 million signatures and force Brussels to address demands around immigration, borders, remigration, welfare, incentives, and European identity. But the thing is, here's where timing matters. This isn't happening in a vacuum. The EU's own Migration and Asylum Pact starts applying on the 12th of June 2026. This right here. And it's not a conspiracy. This is on the official homeaffairs.ec.europa.eu, Policies, Migration and Asylum. You can read through it yourself. But ultimately, the EU calls this a common system to manage migration and asylum across the bloc. In plain English, it changes how people are screened at borders, how asylum claims are processed, how returns work, how responsibility is shared between EU countries, and how countries under pressure receive support. And it's not a good thing, in my opinion. You see, on the 8th of May 2026, the European Commission published a report on the state of play on the Pact on Migration and Asylum. That's literally what we just checked out here, which was posted on the 21st of May 2024. Now I'm going to show you why this is so important. This is going to change so much about migration. People arriving irregularly at EU external borders are meant to go through stronger screening, including identity, security, and health checks. Now, at first glance, this may seem like a really good thing to people who don't understand what is actually going on in Europe. Ultimately, there's going to be border screening, border asylum procedures, Eurodac biometric databases, so that these asylum seekers and migrants can be tracked. But here's something that stood out to me and is very strange. On the European Council website, this is what I came across. Basically, countries under heavy migration pressure can receive support from other member states through relocations, financial contributions, or other support. Where exactly are these relocations going to be taking place? And who's going to be involved? Ultimately, the European Council says that the 2026 Solidarity Pool reference number is 21,000 relocations, or 420 million euros worth of financial contributions. I mean, let that settle in. What exactly is going on here? Take a look at this tweet from Jane Rochford. Why is nobody talking about the EU Commission Migration Pact that will go live on the 12th of June? Hardly anyone is talking about this pact that will force EU nation states to take quota of millions of aggressive fighting age males, which will put European women and children in grave danger. What do you think about this? These men are already celebrating in Spain, where they are massing to conquer European countries. We saw what happened in Paris yesterday. But nobody is talking about it. Like, nobody is talking about the United Nations Replacement Migration for Europe initiative. Nobody is talking about Agenda 2030, Goal 1, which will transplant the whole of the third world into Europe so third world men can live off benefits paid by Europeans. Why is nobody talking about the root causes of mass migration? Unelected, unconstitutional, unaccountable, and unwanted global governance. We have spoken about this before on this channel. So here's the real issue. The EU Migration Pact is about managing migration. The Save Europe Act, which is this right here, is a mandate for a sovereign, free, and safe Europe. This is basically challenging the entire direction of migration policy. If you take a look down here on the bottom of the website, look how many people are signing up consistently. So I will leave a link to this in the description if you do want to sign it. Now, there's obviously going to be people trying to frame this as hatred, as bigotry, but what is this really about? It's about borders, laws, consent, safety, welfare, housing. There's so much to discuss here, and you can go and read the entire thing for yourself on their website. I'm not sponsored by this. It's simply something that I believe people should be educated about and know about. I don't remember asking for my country to be transformed into something that I don't recognize. Do you? Now take a look at this, because this is very, very powerful. 24 years ago, Pym claimed it was 5 minutes before midnight. All his predictions turned out to be true, even his own assassination. But the problem remained. Even after he got killed, it's way past midnight.
Niet in Nederland, maar in Europa. En wilt u dat?
So the man you just listened to was a Dutch politician, sociologist, and media figure who became famous in 2001 and 2002 for being heavily against Islamic migration, failed multiculturalism, bureaucracy, weak policing, and what he saw and continually repeated, which was a threat of Islam to Dutch liberal society. Now, do you think he was proven right? Because on the 6th of May 2002, he was murdered outside a radio station just days before the Dutch general election. The man who killed Pym admitted that he did it to prevent him from getting into power and stopping Islamic immigration. And this verse just keeps getting proven true over and over again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. I'm working very hard to get this information out to you. If you do want to support my content, head over to my website, www.saintavs.com, and become a content supporter, builder, mission partner, or founding partner, depending on how much you want to support the mission, or grab something that I make for yourself or your family. I'm in the process of moving, so every bit of support helps greatly. I also have tons of free resources that I'm working on, from articles to Christian studies to study tools, and even Saint Academy, which is a game that I'm working on to help people learn and grow, and it's all going to be accessible for free. So your support not only goes towards the production of this content, but it goes towards much, much more, and massive projects that I have planned for all of you to benefit from. I hope you have a beautiful day, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
Grab something epic at www.saintavs.com.